My top tip.
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 My top tip for success is to stay on top of your emails and organise your calendar to know exactly when your assessments are due.
My top tip is before you start your course, make sure you study and make sure it is relevant to your studies, background studies, your own interest. Make sure you go through the unit outlines and you're familiar with the learning outcomes of each unit. Consult with the unit conveners and make sure you communicate with them throughout the semester. And yes, enjoy the process.
My top tip is to embrace everything that UC has to offer. Look beyond your degree and get involved in many of the professional development, the social and the community aspects that UC has to offer on campus.
My top tip is reading. I mean, not just reading, but reading, reading, and reading. I repeat 3 times. After 3 times thorough reading, you will be able to turn the textbook to your own knowledge. You will then be able to drive the information on the internet to your advantage rather than being driven by the internet. You will be successful in every occasion when you apply the knowledge you have. Thank you.
My top tip for success is keep your eye on your ultimate goal.
My top tip for students at University of Canberra is to do things early, and not just your assignments and other things like that, but also things like asking for help, thinking about internships for later on in your degrees, and all of those other things that where if you do it earlier, it's a lot easier for us as academics and for the other support staff at the university to help you out with it.
My top tip to the students is that whatever we deliver in terms of lectures to you guys in all the courses we teach here, we also offer very hands-on and practical experience in our engineering labs at University of Canberra. So please strive and ask us any questions you have how to connect that theoretical knowledge we deliver in lectures with the experimental and hands-on knowledge or learning experience in our laboratory sessions, because that will give you real experience to be industry-ready engineers.
My top tip is to get to know your lecturers and tutors. While you're here at UC, you're walking the corridors with people who are the world experts at what they do. Take advantage of that, get to know your lecturers and tutors, get to know their research. In that way, that will give breadth to your understanding, so you have an appreciation for how what you learn in the classroom is applied into real-world research situations. And also, hopefully it'll make you more comfortable when you need to approach those lecturers and tutors in order for a little bit more help or a little bit of clarification around something. Finally, it might even lead to further opportunities in terms of volunteering in the lab or the field, and maybe even down the line it might lead to further study opportunities into your honours or research PhDs.
My top tip for success at university is trying your very best, making sure that you strive for understanding rather than regurgitation of information, because it's really through true understanding that you're actually going to have the benefits of the knowledge and skills that you're obtaining through your university career. It's also really important to realise that while some doors may shut throughout your university career, others will open. So make sure you take every opportunity as it arises and don't feel disheartened if sometimes a door closes, because you always will know another door will open shortly thereafter. All the best for your success.